Sorry guys, kill missed, wicked 6-3 on Queen of Pain, and the mid barracks, melee barracks actually go down. So PGG goes down, M5 loses the middle melee barracks, so that's a big blow to them. Very slick moves here from Complexity actually. They lose their own tier 3 and now Silent actually wants to get some revenge. Here's a... Yeah, that's a roar. Yeah, I was wondering why don't the racks go down. He was disabled basically. So wow, bottom melee barracks go down as well as the mid barracks from M5. Holy crap, dude. Who has the advantage in that? Oh. He goes down. Holy crap.
Furion TP'd in, starts right-clicking him, and Queen of Pain jumps on top with a Hex just coming off cooldown.
Man, yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I was just totally baffled, dude. Who has the advantage at the moment here?
Complexity, slightly, simply because that mid-Rax is going to be, you know, pressuring the mid lane for this M5 side. They're going to constantly have to send someone back to defend, and that's why they've made this huge push at mid. They've gathered up this creep wave, which is obviously formed from the last Complexity push, and they've aided it and pushing it down in towards this.
What about the bottom though? Radiant lost their melee racks on the bottom as well.
They always have Furion to TP back and defend.
Okay, yeah, Furion is yeah, that's, I don't know who said that. I think it was Wagamama. And he said, if you have a Nature's Prophet on your team, one Rax lost is no Rax lost, basically.
Yeah, it literally, I'm not going to say it means nothing, but it means very, very little, especially with this Maelstrom and Aghanim's ulti.
Yeah.
It does mean very little.
Totally. Vigos actually managed to pick up Shiva's guard as well. Let me quickly continue doing that item check. So we have Veil, Shiva's, Blink on Sand King, Blink into a BKB from PGG, but he's still quite a ways off from that. Now a gem also picked up by Windrunner. On the Complexity side, yeah, TC, that was the point where I stopped. Chrysalis on TC, so she will also pump out a lot more damage now, and Necrobook on Tidehunter. So I'm really looking forward to the next clash here. We see 3 heroes from Complexity. Blinker from TC, immediately disable on Vigos. He eats so much damage. Roar used as well, down he goes, and all the pings in the world can't help that one, but Vigos drops, and he doesn't have money for buyback.
Stop giving them single targets. It's pretty simple. M5 do have to start grouping up. They've got all this group power where they can have these massive team fights, yet they keep getting caught out as single targets, letting themselves get roared and soul captured and just dominated by this Complexity side, who now go into the Roshan pit, which most likely won't be contended.
Very true, man.
PGG has balls, but I'm not sure if he has balls this big.
Dude, I've seen so many Roshan Aegis steals in the past little while. Like today, I saw another one. But not in this case. We're not so lucky to see crazy stuff like that happen. Morphling Replicate goes down. And yeah, as you were saying, man, just they get caught out alone. They don't expect Complexity to be where they are. And just props to Complexity. Just very good movement across the minimap. Catching heroes out when they feel relatively safe at the moment. Just basically profiting off of the lightheartedness that M5 is using and just going out to farm some lanes. Now Hyperstone up as well on Nature's Prophet, trying to complete that Mjolnir. And PGG is also sitting at the Radiant secret shop. He's pinging and pinging and pinging. And who's moving in there actually? It's Morphling, it's Silent. Also has a Eagle Song now finished. Is he going to go for a shotgun or is he going to go for or is he going to go for a butterfly?
It's hard to call because obviously you pointed out the Chrysalis on that Queen of Pain, who will be dealing out quite a lot of DPS.
Now a Daedalus.
Oh, it's Daedalus now. Well, again, it's difficult to call. He does have that BKB up already, so Ethereal Blade is a viable option. You wouldn't like to go an E-Blade against huge magical damage output like Ravage into Queen of Pain ulti, Scream, etc. So seeing as he has that BKB, obviously E-Blade is a viable option, but Butterfly equally good in this situation, in my opinion. The only thing he'd be considering about getting E-Blade is the fact that Queen of Pain has a BKB, Furion has a BKB.
Yeah, and in general, Nature's Prophet, there's a reason why in the Reddit Dota 2 stats pictures they call Prophet, like they write Prophet not with P-H-E-T but with F-I-T. Toward the later stages of the game, he just gets so filthy rich, man. Here's the Mjolnir completed and already sitting at 3.2k gold again.
Especially with Aghanims and Midas.
Yeah.
I mean, what is his gold per minute? Let's take a quick look at this.
Yeah, good call. Wow.
Yeah, 560. 3. I mean, Morphling's on 564. So that's just showing you Morphling sitting on the solo lane for the majority of this game, about half an hour of absolute free farm, picking up all his items. Yet the Furion keeping up.
And again, 31 kills in favor of complexity. It also reflects in the experience advantage, which is now sitting at almost 10k experience in the favor of complexity. But if we look at the gold graph, we see actually a very similar picture. Just before I checked it, was relatively even, but complexity actually has a very big advantage at the moment. And the only hero that's able to, it basically is what M5's team looks like. It's just 3 big teamfight heroes, 1 very utility-oriented hero, and a Morphling against complexity, basically, who have a quite well-rounded lineup where it comes down to individual skill as well as coordination in teamfights.
Yeah, the gold graph just sort of balanced out a tiny bit. They're sitting at, what's that, 5.5k advantage? Yeah, 5.6k advantage now. It's not huge at 44 minutes in, so it's quite a balanced game. But they have been gaining and gaining, as I've been saying, and you can see the dip in that gold graph where they made that slight mistake in backing off and then going back in, allowing M5 to win that fight. But again, they started gaining and gaining by pressuring these lanes and pushing.
And here we go. The melee strong creeps attempting to get those range racks, and here comes Nature's Prophet making quick work of this. And he's happy about it. He gets some good gold.
They do give half the gold of regular creeps, but still he's able to solo that lane and keep it pushed out. The other 4 heroes of complexity getting ready to apply more pressure on this bottom lane. I'm not sure if they're looking to balance things out and take melee racks on bot, or if they just want to push this lane as far as they can, force a defend, and try and take racks at top. Or maybe, let's take a look at the Roshan timer. Now we're about 6 minutes away from that.
Yeah, and I must commend the warding of M5 though. They've been doing a very good job of keeping vision here. Although it does get dewarded immediately, they did have some very nicely placed wards, just giving some good intel of the situation.
Admir, what are you doing, mate?
What you doing, mate?
Almost getting caught out there by TC, a split second away from hexing him. And there's defensive TPs back to top. Great pressure there from Silent.
4.2k gold up on that Morphling by now. Come on, buy something, man. Buy something. You're on level 25.
Well, I'm pretty sure he's going to go Butterfly, but he's considering buyback and... I don't know. He's just being very careful with his money. How much does he need for buyback?
What are the item choices of the game now? What would you think are some item choices that complexity needs, or that M5 would need now?
It's hard to call what they need. Tide is obviously looking for that Necro 3. I'm not sure what he'll go after that, whether he'll try and tank up even more and go look for a Heart or a Shiva's or a Cuirass, or whether he'll go for a Blink Dagger just for that surprise initiation that could give them the advantage in fights. They've got Beastmaster, who already has his Necro 3 and sitting on about 900 gold. Again, he could go for that dagger and he could tank up, but it's entirely up to the captain in what they believe they need. TC already dealing out massive amounts of damage with the Hyperstone, so I'm guessing she's going to build up that Cuirass. I'd be surprised to see a Mjolnir on her, but it's entirely possible.
She's doing some really good damage at the moment. Morphling still dealing the most damage at the moment, but with that crit, Queen of Penguin certainly contribute a lot to that team fight, and it will come down to team fight execution. Actually, we just saw actually a trio of complexity sitting in the trees, they're waiting for M5 to come out so they can axe their way out of this little hideout they had and to initiate. But M5 having none of it, they do turtle up a little bit toward that bottom lane, and they realize that they want them to come toward their own high ground, so they have a little bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, smoke coming on the courier for complexity, so they're going to smoke up. Possibly sit in the opposite side. Oh, initiation at mid. Nothing gonna happen. Silence just like, yeah, that tickles a little bit. But that's the problem that I was pointing out earlier. It's very difficult for them to initiate on this Morphling unless they have 5 heroes against 1. They do very likely need a spell such as Sprout to cancel the Lincolns. So they'll cast a Sprout on him, such as they did about 5 minutes ago to pick him off. Then Hex into Roar, into Soulcatcher, into all the damage that comes from that Queen of Pain. Though most likely they're going to be looking to pick off the Enigma or Venomancer as quickly as possible.
Yes.
And secondary Windrunner SK. If they can catch the SK before he channels his ulti or during the ulti, that'd be absolutely perfect for complexity. But pressure on this top lane, exactly what they need to do.
Here we go. As the score is sitting at 31-16 in favor of Complexity, with the gold graph sitting at a decent favor, as well as the experience, even double of the gold. Complexity is basically camping on that top lane now. We'll see if they're going to soft push their way into this base here. We see some pings going from PGG as well. Let's see how each team will approach the situation. Obviously M5 has the upper hand when it comes to big ass teamfight AoE ultimates. Fluff and Stuff only has that big level 3 Ravage. I like this. Here comes the pipe though. He is shackled to a creep at the moment. Here comes Silent. BKB used already, doing so much damage. But yeah, they back out, and Anchor Smash reduces the damage by quite a bit actually. It was sitting at 250 minus 30 something, so Anchor Smash reduces damage. Yeah, it's a percentage based thing, so 40% damage reduction. If they get that up on Morphling, that will do actually impact his damage output overall significantly.
Yeah, and that's 40% on all levels. So it's something that I quite enjoy to do in pubs, and I know Slash does as well. Send the Tidehunter solo mid, especially against a melee hero, say Bloodseeker, Pudge, and you can spam that Anchor Smash and cause them to fail every single last hit that they go for. I'm not quite sure. Oh,
Initiation on PGG, what you doing, man? Eat a Soul Catcher, eat a Disable, and down you go. Oh, here's actually... oh.
Did you see it?
Morphling trolling or what?
No, well, PGG went there to deward. He put up the sentry, he got the sentry down, he got the enemy sentry down, and he died. And he left his Eidolons to try and finish off the Observer. But IX Mike took down his sentry just as the last hit from the last Eidolon was about to land on that sentry and take it down.
Okay, that's frustrating. Another pipe now used from Complexity, another attempt of the high ground. Now the glyph is actually used. PGG buys back, ultimate is up. Here comes the Ravage on Silent. Will he be able to focus him down? Ultimate from TC used as well. Vigos goes down. Actually, where's the epicenter? Was it used?
It was used.
Okay. and the Venomous was out as well. Shackle doesn't latch, and they're taking so much DPS over time. But here comes TC. Down goes Windrunner. Here comes a stun from Vigos one more time. Fluff and Stuff now. On the retreat out. Silence also there. Jo in big trouble. Great black hole.
Good PGG.
And here we go. The teamfight's still going on, man. Beastmaster fell, followed by Tidehunter. Triple kill now up on Morphling, and Silent now eating a lot of damage, but he's morphing into strength. Also has a magic immunity up as well. Jo trying to out DPS this Morphling, but now he's outnumbered by the M5 boys. TC takes out Vigos in the back end of play. 3-for-2 thus far of the exchange. Manta style split. Jo is going to go down. 4 heroes dead for Complexity, and holy shit, Rampage for Morphling.
Well, look at the 2 gems sitting on the floor. I'm not sure if PGG is messing up these black holes on purpose to try and confuse the hell out of his enemies, because the Morphling is just able to clean up everything.
Big what you doing, man?
Absolutely amazing, but...
Also, we have an enemy here, we have one here, here, and somewhere around here, and PGG sits here,
I'm gonna
walks over
black hole
here,
trees.
Yeah, and then he's like, black hole.
But yeah, herein lies the problem that I pointed out for Complexity. Who do they focus, when do they focus, and how do they actually win these team fights? I mean, it was almost damn near perfect Ravage, catching 4 heroes, 5 heroes, and they had the DPS, they had the Queen of Pain, they had the Furion to right-click down enemies, yet they simply could not finish this team fight. They didn't have the overall damage. They didn't have that damage over the long team fight. The Complexity side has some great heroes for skirmishes or picking off heroes, single target, you know, nuke someone down until they bloody well die. Yet in these extended battles, I'm going to call them, you know, they're full-on wars, lasting almost a minute and a half, 2 minutes. That last fight extended from the... Oh, what?
PGG goes down. Godlike Streak on TC now blinks himself out. Here's Fluff and Stuff forced that up from Blood Angel onto some high pillar here with an eye tattoo on the ground. Another BKB used. Silent here looks to be big trouble. Eats so much damage really fast. Is he going to go down? Actually, he has a... Aegis doesn't have to... Yeah, actually, he does go down to the Furion ultimate. Here comes the Ravage again. Admiration as well as Vigo is caught in that. So much damage with the Soul Catcher on Sanking, who immediately drops. No buyback on him. Blood Angel doing the best he can up the high ground. Goes down now, though, and Silent now trying to clean up. Complexity. All heroes still up, but Jo might be the first one to fall here right now. BKB is used by him. Adaptive Stripe gets a kill on him. Now Silent gets focused down and he dies a second time. Now he's completely dead for 1.5 minutes. He does have buyback. And we'll see if Complexity will be able to force that one out. Admiration now gets disrupted as well, and he's also most certainly dead. Team wipe.
That 100% overconfidence there from Silent. Thinking after his Aegis had gone, he had the team there ready to fight. And he jumped in, and he just got picked off so quickly once his teammates decided to run away or die. And now it's PGG all alone here, left to his own devices, while Complexity decided to go straight for Throne.
Yeah, he doesn't have the ability to distract his opponents at the moment because his ultimate is off cooldown. Now he goes down. Well, if you think about his mistakes a little bit, yeah, just so much damage on TC, you call it, man. Admiration, also there, Gale, using a little bit of ward, trying to do best he can, but the Ancient is getting focused down. Will Complexity take the first one in the defense here against, yeah.
Rage quit.
Oh, man.
He must be pretty pissed off at those black holes. 3, I think it was, in
Wow.
this game. Totally messed up. Good game overall, but Complexity showing that they can be a tight-knit team, pulling off really nice moves, 5-man gank squad, and M5 showing how, like you said, light-hearted, and I wouldn't say they don't take it seriously, but a little bit of lack of concentration there, letting themselves get soloed down, running out of position slightly, getting picked off and allowing Complexity to make these big pushes and gain the lead that they did.
Well, that is the thing though, man. M5 have been kind of playing like this leisure play for the past games we've cast them, and obviously it's like they're kind of lighthearted. They're like those Russian guys that don't give a crap about anything, and if they lose they leave because they know they can do better than they are. But when does the point in time come that they will actually do something? Obviously PGG attempted to get some nice black holes and completely failed. Props to Complexity for this very strong win against Moscow 5, basically standing their own against some very strong early game aggression and managing to keep down a level 25 Morphling with a very strong inventory, just very good teamfight coordination. But M5 will have to do something drastically if they want to basically do well in the defense here. So again, thanks all for tuning in, guys. Thanks all for watching. Durka, thank you very much for doing this with me. Any shoutouts? Anything to add?
It's just another game in half an hour, isn't there?
I think so. We'll be right back, guys. I'm just going to finish this recording. I have to do the outro of the defense one more time. Again, thanks to the sponsor of the tournament, BankQ, as well as Razer. Thanks to joindota as well for doing this. Thanks to you, Durka, and thanks to you guys for watching. Thanks to those two teams, and I hope for some more epic games to come out really soon. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back.